I'm good to go. Today's topic is Hyatism.
All right, I gotta say off the jump, younger Alba has some sass to him. You see the fucking head shake?
Hyatism refers to the discrimination of people based on height. And in the dating sphere, it's fairly uncommon for men to care about a woman's height. One, because we tend to be taller than ladies on average. But secondly, we don't give a fuck. Honestly, if you're attractive, we're on board. That's the only thing that matters. But for ladies, height tends to be a more important criteria. I decided to go out and ask some ladies if they thought height was important.
I'd say it's pretty important. I would need someone that was taller than me.
I say it's not important, but I've also never dated a guy shorter than me.
I just don't want him to be smaller than me. Yeah, over my height.
Honnêtement, moi, j'aime les petits gars. Ouais. Pas plus petit que moi, je pense que c'est plus ça l'important. C'est comme awkward quand le gars est plus petit.
When asked women why they ruled out short men as potential life partners or love interests in favor of taller men, these are the reasons ladies gave me.
The fact that they could pick you up more easily than someone who's say the same height as you.
Okay.
C'est plus une question de comme confort, on dirait. Si je le prends puis je peux pas mettre ma tête sur son chest, c'est juste awkward.
As soon as I wear heels, because if I wear heels, he'll be much taller, so I'll have to look down on him. I'd rather look up to someone.
I think that people will rationalize anything. I think that traditionally speaking, height is an indicator of good genetic quality and status. And people don't like to say that outwardly, so they say well, yeah, it's because of heels, but how frequently are you going to find yourself in a situation where you're wearing heels?
She knows. She knows. But yeah, people start with an emotional point and then they work backwards from it. They want to rationalize their fucked up dumbass viewpoint. Just own it. Just own who you are. Motherfuckers are just shallow. Just own it. People like to hide behind, well, it's preference. It's how we feel. It's how we are currently programmed. And it's not necessarily an evil thing. That's just how you are. And it's really hard as fuck to break that prime directive unless you broke free from it a long time ago. But yeah, generally, whether it be just your general inherent nature, more than likely it may not be, because centuries ago, people thought larger women were, the best thing. And then nowadays it's more of thinner. And that's been the trend for a long time now. But in general, it's preference, but you have to admit a lot of it is very shallow. It's based off of what your dumbass friends think. It's based off of what your dumbass family thinks. It's based off of what you see on TV. It's based off of what you see on social media, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, it's just shallow, superficial. You're just going off of what you see. And if you're conditioned enough by a particular thing, you'll think that's most attractive. Say, for instance, if you watch a K-drama or K-pop or anything K with it, not too many Ks now. You don't want two more Ks in there. That's not good. But anyways, if you watch any of those, then more than likely you're going to think Asian people are more attractive, or at least Koreans are more attractive or whatever. If you watch more anime, same thing. You're going to think more Japanese people are attractive. If you watch more black culture stuff, if you're exposed to that a lot more, you're going to think black people are more attractive. It's just what you're exposed to and what you're conditioned to. Not all the time.
The main reason I got was heels. I don't want to be walking around with a dude and I got my heels on and people see him and me and they think he's my little brother. That's kind of ill. Fair enough. I'm not going to judge. Height is one of your dating criteria and you need to know. Cool. But now when ladies come up to me and they ask me, Abba, how tall are you? I tend to respond with,
before anything happens, I already know what he's going to say. He's going to ask them, how much do you weigh? Now, if they answer, fair enough. The bluff has been called, so you might as well just go ahead and tell them. Or you can be real stingy. That's stingy. And say, hell no, I ain't telling you nothing. It's just the obvious clapback, because women really do get very hung up on height. It's such a, why do you give a fuck about height so much? And this goes for guys too. Guys will get upset about, or not upset, but they'll be I don't want to date somebody taller than me or some dumb shit like that. Who cares? If she's Amazonian, that's hot. It is. Don't you want a woman that can beat ass for you? Come on. Or, if you want a fun size one, that's fun too. Whatever. Height wise, I don't really give a damn. I don't think you should either. Now, it's whatever for you to decide what you want to do, I don't have the time of the day to give a damn like that. Also, on a side note, I guess, is this how Oppen and Preach used to do their videos? Because it's weird not seeing them in the same room. Damn, I guess you gotta start somewhere. Man, I want some of that floor creaking money.
How much do you weigh? And all of a sudden, I'm the villain like I did something wrong. So I asked girls if it was okay to ask women about their waist size.
No, because that shouldn't really matter.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Did you not just say that a man's got to be over a certain height or you'll feel like he's your little brother and that's gross? Well, for me, a woman's got to be under a certain weight or I'm going to be worried that they're going to look at her and think she ate her little brother. It's shallow, isn't it? So why is it okay when you guys do it based off height, but when we mention weight, all of a sudden we're the demons?
Actually, I guess that is a little bit like...
She fucked up.
Parce que qu'est-ce que je vais dire, ça va tellement être en contradiction avec l'autre truc que j'ai répondu. On dirait que j'aime pas ça me sentir plus massive que la personne avec qui je suis. Mais parce que c'est pas le poids qui fait la personne, mais c'est pas la grandeur qui fait la personne non plus.
Man, old girl really cutesily said, making my way downtown, walking fast, stumbling into the overall point after a while.
That's when she, oh, so, because she really fucked up.
No vea, a Sevilla. Y al último que cuando ya salió la bien de regla, estamos llorando los dos. Me cobró el tío la... Me cobró a 500 veces. Y ya no fui más. Me fui andando a coger los amarillos hasta hoy.
You know what's the crazier part of that is? You're more able to do something about your weight than you are about your height. And I say this as somebody who's lost over 100 pounds, no surgery, no supplements, none of that. So take from that what you will. This is coming from someone who almost always get fucked when he tries to accomplish something. So a fly will get into my mouth while I'm trying to breathe. So take from that what you will. I'd be waiting. I'd be looking around. I'm like, all right, when's the sabotage coming? I know it is. I know it's waiting in the wings. It's queued up. I personally just do not like when somebody's judged, or at least like, oh, I don't like this person, or I'll insult them based off of immutable characteristics that they can't do anything about per se. When you do that, and the person isn't like a garbage person, for example, then you're kind of trash. Now, if it is a garbage person, like they're actively hurting the world or other people for whatever reason, I'd say their looks is fair game, or at least as far as like if it's something that they can't help. But if they're just like some regular ass person and you're doing that to them, it's pretty shitty.
And the funny thing is, it would make way more sense for me to judge someone based off their weight than it would their height. Because weight is based off your day-to-day decisions, your dietary intake. Height is genetic lottery. You come out the womb and the verdict is out. It's, nigga, you gonna be short for life. We've made it openly acceptable to mock short people. We do it, it's open season, we do whatever the fuck we want. It's excessive, man. I've been online and read some stuff, and I'm like, God damn, you niggas are ruthless.
Now, to be fair on the weight thing, there is a part of it that's actually genetic for some people. Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of it can be childhood learned traits to where you just eat garbage as a kid, and that translates into like your teenage years, into your adult years. Then there's parts of it to where it's just like bad habits. Could be stress eating, could be, you know, like if you're stressed out, like let me seek something that makes me temporarily feel good. And sugar's a drug. Sugar's a narcotic. It's a drug. But I think it's really foolhardy to say genetics is completely out of the equation and genetics is completely in the equation. There's going to be like a fine mixture. It's going to be a mixture between a level of genetics, a level of learned traits and attributes, and of course environment. Like it's not going to be one set way. Everything in life comes down to probability. So with all these different mixtures, it's going to be for over 8 billion people in the world. It's never just going to be one set way for either or. It's going to be a fine blended mixture of either one. Like for instance, if you're in like a colder environment, more than likely you probably be more likely to pack on weight. If you're in a hotter environment, you're more likely to burn it faster. Yeah, it's just environment. But With that being said, you still are more likely by leaps and bounds to be able to control your weight versus your height, like just point blank period. So going after somebody for a characteristic that they really can't control, it's pretty fucked up. Bad boo-boo, bad dog.
The goal of the video is not to say that we should height shame or fat shame or do any of that stuff. If you don't want to date someone because they're short, that's perfectly fine. The only thing I'm getting at is whether it's your height or my requirement for titties, it's all shallow, you know? So if you feel brazen enough to make a big deal about my height, don't be surprised if I start asking questions about your waist size, your ass size, or how much your titty meat weighs. That's all I'm saying. Pow.
Si je suis honnête avec toi, quand j'étais plus jeune, je t'aurais dit que c'était problématique. Parce que j'ai toujours été plus grande que les gars. Ça, c'est un complexe. Mais tu grandis puis tu te rends compte que c'est des choses banales de la vie qui sont très importantes.
Yeah, one thing that I can appreciate about this is it's such a super straightforward topic of discussion. Like, it's super acceptable to mock short people if they aren't too short, especially if it's guys. Even short kings is kind of like mocking them. But overall, it's called equality. If you can dish it, take it. If you give it, receive it. Don't be okay with judging people without being okay with being judged yourself. This seems like some no shit Sherlock shit, but look at how people react when this kind of lesson rears its ugly head, or at least its ugly, truthful head. People don't be learning. They really don't. Then they get upset. They get their, regardless of identified gender, they get sand in their vagina. It's okay to understand, respect, and really live within our differences, but let's focus more on how we're the same. Let's treat everybody the same. I know, right? Such a brave and bold statement that I just made. Look at me trailblaze. And that's pretty much the end of the video. You know, it's crazy that this video got so many views and it says shot and edited by Abba, but like as much editing as I've put into videos to where they've just gotten like dog shit feces views, it's like, why the fuck do I even bother doing that? So here we are. I asked y'all to save me before I did it, but nobody saved me, so fuck it. That's what we're gonna have to do, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool reacting. But anyways, let me know what you think. Let us know if we dumb as hell or if we're like sexist pigs or something like that. But anyways, subscribe button is appreciated, likes, all that, and see you later.